So like I said, I was like 21 years old, so I didn't have a lot of world experience at this point. And I found the car that I wanted. It was a Porsche C4S, which meant it was four-wheel drive, sport. And there was one in Pennsylvania that I could buy that, you know, had everything I was looking for. It was what was called Polar Silver. There was a certain look to it, and it had what was called an aero kit, which is it had a larger wing on the back, and it looked really cool. So I bought this car, and I didn't know about like all of the rules of like taking things across the border. So my friend and I, we drove down to Pennsylvania, and I got this car, and it was expensive and it was beautiful. And I remember it was like wintertime, and we were driving back towards Canada. I got to the border, and now my dad's an airline pilot, so I'm used to traveling by air, and they like ask you, like, do you have anything to declare? So I'm thinking, like, did I buy any t-shirts or souvenirs or anything? And I was like, oh, no, I don't have anything to declare. And they're like, what about the car? So I was like, oh, and so they pulled me in aside. And by the time we were going through, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. So they had me in this room. They went through my wallet. They went through everything. Because like, who's this 21-year-old that bought, like, it was at the time like a $170,000 car that tries to drive it across the border without declaring it? And so they're giving me all these questions and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we're impounding this car, and you have to pay a duty to get it back. The duty is based on how much the car costs. Like, it's $30,000. They didn't want to show, I guess, weakness or that I was scared or whatever. So I said, do you want that cash or check? Which is the wrong thing to say.